Howdy. Tony Angus, the conflict guy here, with another tip for managing conflict and aggression as part of the Telling It Like It Is series. And today I wanted to focus on something that somebody's actually posted. And so thanks very much for the message and the request. I appreciate the fact that you're listening and engaging in the conversation. It means a lot to me. And so the question was about domestic situations. Now I've got to tell you, nothing in my personal history, in my career history, in my training qualifies me as an expert in domestic conflict. But being the type of opinionated guy I am, I don't want to let that stop me. So here are my thoughts about that. There are two types of communication, particularly in domestic situations, but also in the workplace, with your friends, with your family. And I call the two types of communication operational and relationship. Operational communication is any time you're engaging someone else in a dialogue about anything other than relationships. So it could be a discussion about what you're going to have for dinner, a discussion about who's going to pick up the kids from school. It could be where you want to go for a holiday, what we're going to do on the weekend, what movie do you want to watch tonight, would you like a cup of tea? Any of those things. It's just dialogue about what's going on. Obviously, that communication is vital, and we must learn to communicate in an appropriate and effective way so as not to create conflict. So there's the first thing. The second type of communication is relationship communication. And what we're talking about here is communication that is designed to ensure that the relationship remains healthy and stable. Now, the value of this type of communication really comes to the fore when we think about conflict. And so the idea is, if anybody during the course of an operational conversation becomes upset, hurt, or angry, you now switch off your operational conversation, your operational language and dialogue, and you turn on your relationship dialogue. And as I said, the relationship conversation you're going to have is to ensure that the relationship remains stable and healthy. And so, just to run a scenario past you, let's say for whatever reason, we're having a conversation, and during the conversation I say something stupid and you have your feelings hurt, or you become offended, or you just think I'm being a jerk. What I really need to do is recognize by your body language, your facial expressions, the tone of your voice, etc., that you have been offended or upset by what I've said, and I must immediately start to use reparation communication to repair any damage I've done. And so I might say something like, I don't think that came across very well. I'm sorry about that. Let me say it a better way. Or I might have created some offense. I didn't mean to be offensive. I might even say, I'm really sorry. I might say, look, this is just an opinion. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Or I might say, this is where I think you're right, though, and I'm wrong. And it's incumbent upon all of us to develop communication strategies that allow our spouses to understand that that is the case. And so we stop needing to be right. We stop needing to prove our point. We stop needing to advise them of the error in their thinking. That doesn't mean that you can't point out the error in their thinking ever. But at the moment they become offended, upset, hurt, or angry, they're not listening anyway. So there is absolutely no value in it. As long as they're feeling upset or angry about any of this stuff, they're not listening anyway. So I strongly encourage you to move away from operational dialogue while there's any of that pain. Move into a relationship dialogue. Say you understand why they feel that way. Empathize with them. Validate their concerns. Apologize. Agree. In some way, mend any damage you might have caused. Once that takes place, you can gently move back into the conversation or forget the conversation for now and have it later on. Okay, guys, I hope you found this tip helpful. The disclaimer behind it is, this is my thought. This is my idea about that. I'm sure if you have a significant domestic issue, I'm confident in telling you should get some therapy and not listen to me. But I'm also confident that what I'm saying is a simple and effective measure. If you've enjoyed it, click like, click share, and please subscribe to the channel. The more people that join the community and work towards creating a better community that's in less conflict, the better we're going to be. And don't forget to share thoughts. This came from somebody who's posted their thoughts and asked me a question, and I really appreciate it. Rightio, guys, on a fairly bleary day, I bid you all the best and adieu.